In a dramatic and unprecedented move, The View, the long-running and controversial daytime talk show, has officially shut down after being hit with over 30 defamation lawsuits. Known for its polarizing debates and outspoken hosts, the show long thrived by pushing the envelope of opinionated discussion, often teetering dangerously close to inflammatory commentary. This time, however, the tipping point was reached and the line between spirited debate and reckless claims was crossed one too many times. The result was a cascade of legal challenges that ultimately brought the show to an abrupt end, leaving its hosts and network grappling with the fallout. Central to this media storm is Whoopi Goldberg, the program's iconic and often divisive co-host. Goldberg, whose career has spanned decades in Hollywood and television, has been celebrated for her sharp wit and unapologetic candor. Yet it was that same candor, often delivered with a polarizing edge, that became a double-edged sword, turning Goldberg into a lightning rod for criticism and eventually one of the key figures in the program's unraveling. Goldberg's outspoken style and her willingness to call out public figures often placed her in the center of controversy. Over the years, she has taken aim at some of the world's most prominent figures, including Elon Musk and the Trump family, using her platform on The View to deliver pointed critiques. One of the earliest warning signs for the show came when Goldberg publicly attacked Musk, accusing him of overstepping his bounds and acting as though he were president of the United States. During a segment that quickly went viral, Goldberg dismissed Musk as unqualified to influence major national decisions, claiming that he lacked the knowledge necessary to engage with matters of national security. "This is the guy who clearly knows nothing about the military," she declared, a statement that not only dismissed Musk's achievements but also proved to be factually inaccurate. Critics were quick to point out Musk's extensive professional background, including his work with SpaceX and Tesla, and his ability to tackle complex technological challenges. Goldberg's remarks about Musk ignited one of the first major defamation lawsuits against The View. Musk, no stranger to public scrutiny, filed a lawsuit accusing the show of crossing the line from criticism into defamation, arguing that Goldberg's baseless claims had harmed his reputation and business ventures. Musk's legal team alleged that the segment portrayed him in a way that was intentionally misleading, malicious, and damaging. His lawsuit marked the beginning of what would become a series of legal challenges that exposed The View's vulnerability in the face of growing public and legal scrutiny. The trouble didn't end with Musk. Soon after, the Trump family, led by former President Donald Trump, entered the fray. For years, Trump had been a frequent target of Goldberg's biting commentary, with the former president and his family often accused of corruption and conspiracies during heated segments of the show. The Trump family's lawsuit alleged that Goldberg and The View had perpetuated falsehoods with the intention of damaging their reputation. The lawsuit was framed as a response to years of unsubstantiated accusations and personal attacks that the Trumps felt had crossed the boundaries of acceptable discourse. Known for his combative approach, Trump vowed to fight back with the same vigor that had characterized his political career, promising to hold the show accountable for its inflammatory remarks. Amid these high-profile lawsuits, another surprising name emerged in the legal drama: country music superstar Carrie Underwood. During a segment on The View, Goldberg implied that Underwood had engaged in corrupt practices within the entertainment industry, suggesting that her success was achieved through manipulation rather than merit. The comments, which were not supported by any evidence, deeply undermined Underwood's carefully cultivated image as a hardworking and principled artist. The claims not only hurt Underwood's public standing but also triggered a defamation lawsuit that added another layer of complexity to The View's mounting legal troubles. Underwood's legal team argued that the accusations were completely baseless and caused significant harm to her professional reputation. For Underwood, the lawsuit was not just about clearing her name, it was about taking a stand against what she described as reckless commentary that lacked accountability. Another notable figure who joined the growing list of plaintiffs was Joe Rogan, the influential podcast host known for his provocative discussions and freewheeling commentary. During a heated segment, Goldberg accused Rogan of spreading dangerous misinformation, labeling him as irresponsible and a public health risk. Rogan, who has weathered criticism in the past but fiercely defends his reputation, responded by filing a defamation lawsuit. His legal team argued that Goldberg's comments were not only untrue but also deliberately damaging, portraying Rogan as a figure who lacked credibility and posed a threat to public well-being. For Rogan, the lawsuit became a rallying cry for his extensive fan base, many of whom viewed his legal battle as a defense of free speech against media overreach. These high-profile lawsuits, combined with additional claims from lesser-known individuals and organizations, created an overwhelming legal and financial burden for The View. The cost of defending against so many legal challenges quickly spiraled out of control, putting immense pressure on the show's advertisers and sponsors. Wary of being associated with the growing controversy, several advertisers pulled their support, depriving the show of the revenue it needed to sustain itself. Without sufficient sponsorship income, the network faced no choice but to cancel the program, marking the end of its decades-long run. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere at The View had grown increasingly tense as the lawsuits mounted. Sources close to the production revealed that morale among the co-hosts and producers had plummeted, with many struggling to navigate the intense public and legal scrutiny. Goldberg and her co-hosts reportedly faced growing pressure to tone down their rhetoric, but these efforts came too late to salvage the show's reputation or its financial stability. Attempts to rein in the controversial tone that had defined The View only highlighted how deeply embedded that approach was in the show's DNA. The final episodes of The View aired quietly, a far cry from the high-energy debates and headline-making moments that had defined its earlier years. For a show that prided itself on sparking difficult conversations and challenging the status quo, its abrupt closure marked a dramatic and unceremonious end. The once dominant presence in daytime television had been reduced to a cautionary tale about the risks of unchecked commentary in a media landscape that increasingly demands accountability. The downfall of The View has sparked broader conversations about the responsibilities of media platforms and public figures. While the show thrived on its provocative format, its inability to balance bold opinions with factual accuracy ultimately proved to be its undoing. The lawsuits from Musk, Trump, Underwood, Rogan, and others underscore the growing expectation for media outlets to exercise greater care in their coverage and commentary, particularly in an era where misinformation can have widespread and lasting consequences. For Goldberg, the fallout represents a significant blow to her career. Once celebrated as a trailblazer in entertainment and media, she now faces the difficult task of rebuilding her reputation in the aftermath of the show's closure. Critics argue that her downfall was self-inflicted, the result of years of inflammatory remarks and an unwillingness to adapt to changing standards of accountability in the media. As the dust settles, The View's legacy remains a topic of debate. For some, the show will be remembered as a groundbreaking platform that elevated women's voices and tackled important cultural and political issues. For others, its legacy is tarnished by controversy, legal battles, and the unchecked commentary that ultimately led to its demise. The closure of The View serves as a stark reminder of the need for accountability in media and the fine line between engaging, provocative content and harmful rhetoric. It also raises important questions about the role of talk shows in shaping public discourse and the responsibilities of those who wield influence in an increasingly polarized world. For audiences, the show's demise is a call to approach media consumption with a critical eye, seeking out diverse perspectives and holding media figures accountable for the narratives they present. Whether seen as a groundbreaking forum for discussion or a cautionary tale of hubris, The View's impact on the media landscape is undeniable, and its closure marks the end of an era in daytime television.